rally. I want to thank all of our volunteers that stepped up to make this run a little smoother than it did last year with our unexpected influx of support. So we used about 50 volunteers, and I hope you guys felt like we were a little bit more prepared, and we will keep doing better as we move forward. Are any of you from outside of the metro? And where are the people from the cities? Moms? Okay, Dad. All right, what about the Patriots? What about the Patriots willing to engage politically to protect your children? And that's exactly why we're here, because of all of you. If you weren't standing here, we can't do this. And we're here because we care, and we are looking out for your children, and you are willing to look out for your children by coming here and using your voice at the state capitol. Parents' rights is something that we are very passionate about. It's the ability to direct the upbringing of your child, unencumbered by the government. That includes things like educational choice without the fear of discrimination, the ability to choose your healthcare team and subsequently accept or refuse any treatment options. Vaccination choice, meaning the ability to choose which vaccines your child receives while working closely with your doctor to come to the best decision. SF 1520, authored by Senator Eaton, would remove those constitutional rights. It's the most progressive, liberal, and restrictive piece of legislation ever authored in the history of the United States. These are our babies, and we will protect them. And we are standing right here with you to hold the line. Representative Gruenhagen is going to say a few words.
Let's take your Facebook up in here.
I'm State Rep. Glenn Gruenhagen. Thank you all for being here. I'm from McLeod-Sibley County. Is anybody here from McLeod-Sibley County? There we go. Thank you for coming. And you're what the legislature is all about. You and the families and the future of your children. And I'm also the chief author of the Parental Rights Bill in the House. It's House File 3645. Encourage your House representatives to sign on to the bill and support it. I'm also introducing a bill on vaccinations that would prohibit employers from discriminating against employees who choose not to vaccinate. Your parental rights are under assault in so many areas. I spent 16 years on my local school board fighting some of the things in education that also are looking to undermine your rights. One of the curriculums back in the 90s that came through was called My Family and Me Violence Free. Basically, it was a curriculum that they used on all 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. So they medicated the whole class, and the idea of the curriculum was to get children to report on what parents were doing back at their home. It came out of the Humphrey Institute. Now, I liked Hubert Humphrey, but I don't think the Humphrey Institute, I doubt if he would have supported that. In fact, there was even a provision in the curriculum that said, warning, please don't allow the curriculum to be sent home to the parents. Can you imagine that? While I fought that curriculum and I renamed it at the school board, my family and me and the social worker makes three. Okay? You know, if a child comes to school and they're bruised or crying or depressed, nobody's against taking that child to the side to see what's wrong. The problem is there's institutions and individuals who want to medicate all the children and look for problems. We need to oppose that. Remember three things about government if you want to see victory. Persistence, persistence, persistence by God's grace. Thank you, God bless you, and thanks for coming today.
This is Senator Matthews, and he is one of our biggest fans.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Hey, last year we had a snowstorm and we still packed this place out, and you didn't disappoint us this year either. I'm Senator Andrew Matthews. I live in Princeton, and I'm one of the biggest champions fighting to make sure that your freedoms, your parental rights, your family values are protected in state government here at your capital. And I love being with a group of people who love freedom here today. I'm actually on loan. There's a committee going on. I need to go vote in a few minutes, but wild horses weren't going to keep me from coming here and celebrating with you guys. So I have three quick things I want to tell you today. Number one, I want to encourage all of you to speak the truth in love. You all have truth that's on your side, and I want to encourage you to speak with your representatives, to speak with your legislators, and speak in love and be strong about these important values we're fighting for. Second, I want to tell you to get involved in your community. Make sure you're fighting for candidates who are running for office who will support your values, and if they aren't supporting your values, find a candidate and support them who will get them out of office. And thirdly, I have one announcement I'm going to make here. I have a bill that I am writing. It's unfortunately not quite ready. I was hoping to come and hold it up for all of you. It's not quite ready yet. But we're going to try to do the opposite of what happened last year that got you all here to begin with. I'm going to have a bill shortly, and I hope you'll all share it and support it and encourage this to get heard. Instead of taking away more exemptions from families, I'm going to introduce a bill to add and strengthen a religious exemption here in Minnesota. Your religious beliefs are so important. They're in our First Amendment, and that's going to be paramount that we protect it here in Minnesota. So, thank you all so much for coming here. I hope to join you again in a few more minutes after I vote, but God bless you all. Thank you for speaking up, and speak the truth in love.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Greg Bowe, and I represent District 47B, which is Chaska, Chanhassen, and Victoria. And I just want to thank everyone for being here today. It warms my heart to see such a good crowd. So I have to share a confession. These are new glasses that I just got like a week ago, and I haven't worn glasses since high school. And wow, there's a big crowd out here when I can actually see who's out here. So. Anyway, so glad you're here. It's been said already, but family values are under attack in the Capitol and across our state. And we need to band together and work together to make sure that our family values and our religious beliefs and our foundational beliefs are safe and protected. So I'm glad you're all here, and I encourage you to go back to your communities and share your vision and your beliefs with others. So I've always been an individual rights kind of guy, so parental rights makes perfect sense to me. I'm also a parent, so parental rights make perfect sense to me. But last but not least, I'm a toxicologist by education, and so I know what's in a lot of these vaccines that they're pushing. And so it's very, very important that we stand tall and stand firm. And so I just, once again, want to thank you for being here. Thank you for standing up for your beliefs. God bless America. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Could you be any louder, baby? Well, so last year a lot of you came out here and we heard in the media that like a couple of dozen people showed up. That was crap. So today we're going to take a count. We know kind of a formula of how to count all of you, but you're here in mass. So my name is Jim Nash and I represent District 47A in the House of Representatives, and I'm the parent of 6. When my wife and I had our kids, the thing that we knew and the thing that we depended on and banked on was that we would have the right to decide what went into our kids. When I became a state representative and I came down here, I decided that I was going to fight for your right to make the same decisions that my wife and I made for your children. It is a fundamental right. And I find it very curious that so many who say that a woman has a right to choose would like to take away your right to also choose for your kids. So just know that we're with you. Know that we're on your side. That we're going to stand up for a parent's right to make a decision based on information that they can get from their physician or out in the scientific world. You know your children better than anybody else. And who decided that a bunch of suits could make a decision that are better than you? So like I said, we're with you, and we hope that you're with us too. So coming up, you've got an election. You can choose, and you can help choose who's going to represent you down here. I recommend getting involved in the whole process. Elect the people that will come and defend your rights. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, everybody. I am Eric Lucero, state representative from Albertville, St. Michael area. It is so great to see such a fantastic crowd. Rural, metro, moms and dads, but we know that there are thousands more across the state of Minnesota that couldn't be here today. And they are with us. Unfortunately, there are those down here in the halls of Capitol, in the bowels of government, that believe that government controls your children. But we know that children are a blessing from the Lord. And that's why we are fighting so hard to protect our parental rights. We're fighting to protect the minds of our children from corruption, like comprehensive sexual education. We are fighting for informed consent. We are fighting for our heritage, religious liberty. So thank you everybody for coming down. We know that you will be with us as legislators this entire legislative session, and you know you can count on us to be fighting for you and our children. Thank you.
I'm Josh Heinsford. I'm the state representative from the Brainerd Lakes area. And speaking of children, I brought 4 of our 6 along, or 3 of our 6. One's not with us. We can't count in the legislature. No, we're just so excited to be here today. We're proud to stand with you. This issue for us started like so many people when your first baby comes. Doctor walks up, everything seems like we're doing okay, mom's okay, baby, little table there, and all of a sudden out came some drops. How many of you have seen those drops pop out? Right. There was no conversation. Maybe there's supposed to be. This was almost 19 years ago. But Carrie and I are not really understanding what's going on. And pretty soon those drops are going into our baby's eyes. And on one hand, we're told that the risk of any kind of a reaction to that antibiotic is very low, and that's true. But shouldn't I be in a position as a dad, as a mom, to be able to say, well, what is that, and what are my options? It's not that hard. So once again, we're glad to be here. We're glad to be able to stand with you. Thank you for standing with us. We can't do this without you there, standing with us and talking to whoever your state representative who might not be here today. Let them know how you feel. And as we do, like Representative Gruenhagen said, continue to push and push and push and stand together, and we will continue to be able to stand and defend your rights here in St. Paul.
Oh my gosh, everyone, I'm State Representative Mary Franson. And if you're not tuning in to the Right View MN on Facebook, I suggest you do. Representative Lucero and I did a wonderful little skit on Big Pharma. You don't want to miss it. I represent District 8B, so the northeastern part of, northeastern part of Douglas County and the eastern part of Otter Tail County. So this issue is not about pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine. This issue is about choice. Vaccines are not a one-size-fits-all pharmaceutical product. Where there is risk, there must be choice. However, big government has found a new bed partner with Big Pharma. Together they want complete control over the healthcare decisions you make for your child. Together they want to remove choice and mandate a liability-free product onto the children of Minnesota and throughout the country. And what happens if you choose to not comply? Nothing much, except that your children will be denied an education and treated like a leper. My friends, coercion is not consent. Not consent. There were 5 doses of vaccines in 1962. I wasn't even born yet. Today there are 72 doses, and according to the World Health Organization, reported in 2019, 240 vaccines are in the pipeline. Are you ready to roll up your sleeves for Big Pharma? Today it's mandated vaccines for children. Tomorrow it could be mandated vasectomies when guys reach a certain age. Women's fallopian tubes being tied to save the environment from climate change, or maybe just even mandated euthanasia because elderly care is costly care. Once you let government make decisions that affect your body, your health decisions on one issue, you let government make the decisions for all your health, your entire body. Once again, this is not about pro-vaccine, anti-vaccine. When it comes to big government and big pharma, they lied about DDT. They lied about Agent Orange. They lied about talcum powder. They lied about mercury. They lied about asbestos. They lied about tobacco. They lied about Valamine. They lied The pharma industry has a history of fraud, bribery, lawsuits, and scandals. And despite criminal charges and fines, Big Pharma continues to do business. And we are supposed to believe those same companies that have a history of fraud, bribery, lawsuits, and scandals about vaccines. I believe moms. I believe moms know best when it comes to the health of your child. Your body does not belong to big pharma. Your body does not belong to big government. Either you believe government and pharma should have complete control over what is injected into you and your children, or you don't. Sorry, not sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your house. Thank you for coming. Thank you for letting your voice be heard. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my wife, Skylar, and our 3 kids. Guys, all the inspiring speeches are over. I'm sorry, it's just me up here, but I want to speak a little bit from my heart on this. So there's 2 things that I'm very concerned about. Number 1, as an attorney. As an attorney, God gave us life. He also gave us liberty. In this country, we value liberty. When something like this happens in our state, in our country, we are throwing away our past and what people have died for generations and generations. So we are about to change that today. The second thing, as a husband, as a father, these are my kids. These are my kids. They're not the government's kids. They're not somebody else in a bureaucrat. Skylar and I get to make those decisions. And we're going to fight to make that happen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for coming. And please, keep up the fight.
Hello, folks. Look at this. Wow. My name's Dan Hall. I'm the senator from Burnsville. I am very concerned about this issue. I have 8 children. I've been married 46 years. I've got 14 grandchildren. And those parents and us as parents should have the right to do what we need to do for our children because we love them more than the government. I am all about faith, family, and freedom. I filter everything through those 3 issues. Faith, my faith are my values. Can I allow this with the values that I have? No. Family, would I do this to my family? If not, why am I doing it to the state, letting the state do it? And freedom, does this represent the freedom that America and our God-given parental rights have told us? Is it? No. So I'm really happy to see the numbers here. This is excellent. And I think the hardest thing for me is when I hear the stories of those that have had vaccinations. And we've had some of that within our own family. And the illnesses and the deaths and the forever tragedies that are part of that are heart-wrenching. And if it's part of your and what you've experienced in your family, I'm so sorry. So we need to stand firm in our faith. Stand firm because the enemy is not ever going to give up on this. And you need to be here every year for something like this. So give yourself a hand. Thank you.
Hi there. I'm Representative Kristen Robbins from 34A. I represent half of Maple Grove, Rogers, and Dayton in the northwest suburbs. My constituents are here somewhere. It was so fun to see them in my office earlier. So awesome to see all of you and your wonderful children. So I'm not pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine. I'm not pro-pharma, anti-pharma. I think there's good things that come from both. I have 3 children, and I did vaccinate my children. My first 2 did fine. My third one did not. And so I changed her vaccine schedules, had lots of talks with the doctors, but I was able to decide on the individual basis for my own children. Dads, like, we've got that instinct. You know when something's not right. And when my 3-year-old stopped walking and then her joints started swelling and all these things, and I'm not 100% sure, honestly, it was the vaccine. But that really helped me understand to change the schedule and to change what's going on. And now she's a beautiful 18-year-old and doing really well. So I'm so thankful I was able to guide that process and make those decisions in my own family. And that's what we're here to protect for all of you. We need that freedom for our family. So thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. You should take some pictures because down the road you're going to show your children what a hero looks like. And a hero looks like a parent that says, I'm in charge of your well-being. Nobody does it better than me. My name is Scott Jensen. I'm a family physician and I'm in the Senate. My children are fully vaccinated. Vaccinations every day. And it doesn't matter because what you're about is not anti-anything. You are pro-science, you are pro-parenting, and you are pro-parental rights. Do not give up the high ground. And the high ground is science. And you have as much science on your side as the people who say that you should not have a choice in terms of what you put into your children's body. They don't have the science and don't give it to them. From 2014 to 2018, the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices said, you know what we got to do? We've got to have Prevnar given to every 65-year-old plus because it'll make them healthier. You know what happened when we added Prevnar to the Pneumovax? Nothing. After 5 years, after billions of dollars of expenditures for Prevnar vaccine in people over the age of 65, not one thing happened, so they had to withdraw their recommendation. It's a world filled with fake news. Don't give up science. Science supports what you're doing. And when your children get a little older, and when you show your children pictures of you here, you can tell your children that Senator Scott Jensen said, you were a hero. Thank you.
And I represent District 15A, which is in the part of the state that we call East Central and on the way to the Lakes area. And I am so grateful that you are here today to support your freedom as a family, your freedom as a resident of our great state, and one of God's great creations, that you can be here to support this issue that has become so important to us, and that's parental rights. Always I will support parental rights. You are the first teacher of our children, and you have to stay in their lives throughout even their adulthood, because we offer that nurturing, but we also offer that wisdom. And so continue to think family, parental rights, and faith and freedom, because that's what keeps us living under the liberty that God has given us. God bless you.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is so exciting. I am very happy to be here. My name is Yvette Baudelier. I am part of the Human Rights Commission of St. Louis Park. But the main reason I'm here today is because I am not only excited about what I'm hearing and what everybody is telling about this parental rights, but I'm going to tell you a story that is not precisely sad, it's tragic, but at the same time it's quite promising. I have a 12-year-old son, and my 12-year-old son, only due to a divorce resolution, to a marriage resolution, was taken by CPS 10 months ago. It's been 10 months that without due process and without any respect and any honor to my constitutional rights, my son was taken simply based on allegations. I can tell you over and over and over the story. I can tell you that 12 years in fact that I've been a warrior for my son, fighting for his well-being, fighting for his freedom of religion. But this story has a very important message to all of us, and that's why I'm very excited today. Why? Because we are here to tell everybody that our rights are our choice. When we bring another human being to life, as a person, that's not only our responsibility, but our obligation and our duty to God. And that's precisely what the government is trying to pay an eye blind to it, trying not to hear, and this is why we are here. It's not about only our divorce process or positive evaluations or CPS. It's about our right and our self-determination to decide that the person that we brought to life, what is best for them. We have seen it over and over. I have seen veterans killing themselves over these disputes because the government does not want to recognize. There's a certain group that doesn't want to recognize that we as human beings are self-sufficient, we're independent, and we can have the right to decide. That's precisely why I'm very excited today, because we can conclude this whole momentum of every single one of you standing up and said, our rights are our choice. Thank you.
Chosen alternative health care for my children after being harmed by the current common standards. But the main reason that I was asked to speak here today is because I am a Democrat. Democrats can stand up for parental rights and health freedom too. Republican to protect your children. And as many of us have learned, when you get into this, you quickly learn that it is the Democrats that are voting against us and creating bills that are taking away our freedoms. You quickly learn that your belief in my body, my choice does not equate to my child, my choice. And that health care for all
really means the healthcare the people in those chambers agree with. I have personally struggled with this issue. Am I a Democrat? Am I a Republican? Where am I going with this? And I have decided that I am a Democrat. And I am going to make the change from within. And I encourage all of you to do the same. If you're a Democrat, join your local operating unit. Door knock for candidates that support freedom. Next week is caucus. Go to your caucus. Become a delegate. And vote for people that are going to make the changes we need to see. Our votes are our currency, and there is a lot of currency in this room today. So Democrats, please get out there and be the change that you want to see. Because it shouldn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican. This is about freedom. And our bodies and our children's bodies are not government property.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeremy Munson from District 23B. Blue Earth County, Waseca County, Watonwan County, LeSueur County, and southern Minnesota. And I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. Like many other lawmakers that have spoke today, I vaccinated my children, but that was my choice. And what I really want to stress is that so many people believe that Big Pharma is evil, but yet Big Pharma also makes vaccines, and we need to draw that line and connect those lines for people so they understand that government shouldn't be making these decisions at the behest of Big Pharma. Now, I don't think you'll find a lawmaker that has a greater distrust in government than I do. So I don't want people in these halls making the decisions for our lives and just about everything, and that includes how we vaccinate our children. It should be our choice. So I want to make it quick, but thank you everybody for coming out. This is a bigger rally than last year. Keep up the movement. Keep calling people. Keep writing letters to the editor. They need to hear that in the media.
Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka.
Well, between two meetings, and it wasn't even on my schedule, but I said, I got to come down to talk to these folks. I'm somebody, my wife and I married 37 years and 5 kids. We vaccinated all of our kids. However, it was our choice. So I can only speak for Senate Republicans, but I don't know that there's anybody in our caucus that doesn't think that parents should have the choice and make the decisions that they think are best for them. So I just wanted to know that we have your back. All right, I'm introducing to you Senator Jim Abler.
This is just awesome. You know why it's so awesome? Because you are. Because you're here. When little kids come visit me for their tour at the Capitol Day, I ask them, who owns the Capitol? And it's not the governor, it's not me, it's you all. This is your government. And I'm Jim Abler from Anoka. I've been supportive of you all along, and because it's that important, because people need to know. And they say, well, what are these people doing there? I said, they just want to give people a chance to know the truth. That's all they want, right? So just to make it clear,
I'd like to just say, let us know altogether. Would that be fair? You go to the doctor, could this help me? Could it hurt me? Is it dangerous? Is it very effective? You just want to know, let me know, right? So we're going to say, let us know. Say it together. Let us know. Let us know. That's pretty good. One more time. Let us know. Now, like your neighbor wants to go in, and maybe they want to know too, so you say, let them know. Wouldn't that be nice? They could know what this stuff is, and there's all the other issues that go on about this. But wouldn't you want them to know that maybe it's not quite as effective as they were told and as safe as they were told? So let's let them know. Let them know. Let them know. You know, you folks are why Minnesota and America is great, because you're standing up for yourselves, and maybe it's too late for you to even know anything, whatever's going on, but you want to make sure somebody else knows that they can. You're sacrificing at your amazing families. So God bless you, God bless your quest, and please, we should let you know. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Amanda Hughes. I came down from Carlstead, Minnesota. You might not know of that metropolis up in northwestern Minnesota. But if you jump in your car and head north, and when you get to be about 30 minutes from Manitoba and about 30 minutes from North Dakota, you'll be at my house. So I came here today with my husband Dave Hughes. I'll introduce him shortly. We have our 7 children here. So we have 7 children. We have 5 boys and 2 girls. We have 6 biological children, 1 adopted, is special needs from China. And I homeschool them. I'd like to speak just a little bit about education freedom. What I know for sure is that I have 7 unique individuals here, and I teach them every day. I use different curriculums, I use different approaches. We do different things to help them reach their full potential, and I'm sure all of the people here agree we want our children to be able to reach their full potential. One thing let's speak about that I don't think anybody else has spoken about, and that's childbirth freedom. So every person is very unique. Everybody's on a different place in their journey, and we want to respect that. Since I live in greater Minnesota, very rural, sometimes a hospital is 2.5, 3 hours away. Sometimes that's not an option for a woman. So we need our midwives to have freedom to provide services to women in birth. Last fall, there was a midwifery group in Minnesota that wanted to increase regulations and licensing of the midwives that would allow them to administer IV fluids or prescribe antibiotics, and that seems to have been squashed. Because once you increase regulations and licensing requirements, it's going to drive up the cost for the private families that are trying to hire these women. It can put them out of business. It can cut down on choice. That is a concern that right now I'm glad to report that everything looks okay on that front. Finally, one thing, I'm just going to take a little serious note here. You know, every year on Holocaust Remembrance Day, we always talk about never forget. One concerning thing that happened during the Holocaust is they did medical experiments on the Jewish people. That's very concerning. Through the Nuremberg trials, we came up with the Nuremberg Code. It states that anybody having a medical treatment must have 100% informed consent. I want to take a moment just to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank the families that are here that believe in vaccinations and fully children. We stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and thank you for standing for parental rights. Also, there's some families here that they might have started vaccinating their children, and something happened. There was a change. And I know that there's someone here that had a little girl. Her name is Evie Gail Clovis. Can we just say really loud, Evie Gail Clovis all together? 1, 2, 3. Evie Gail Clovis! We're hoping that every legislator in the room and down the halls heard that name. And we're not going to forget what happened to Evie. She went to a well child visit, was completely healthy. In 36 hours, she passed away. So we also stand with people that decided that they might want to make different choices. We stand shoulder to shoulder with you today. So right now, I'm going to introduce my husband. His name is Dave Hughes. He is running for Congress in Western Minnesota. He served our nation in the United States Air Force for 21 years. And since retirement, he's been working for the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. He's a lead flight instructor for the drone program. And when school is not in session, he's actively flying security missions on our northern and southern borders. So I'd like to introduce Dave Hughes, candidate for Congress.
I'm so impressed with all of you folks. This is my first time here, and I'm just delighted by the intelligence and the seriousness and the commitment to freedom. My fellow Minnesotans, my fellow Americans, we are free. We are endowed by our Creator with freedom. That freedom is not to be irresponsible or licentious. That freedom is for loving the Lord and for loving our fellow mankind. I have never held office, and I want to have a competition with Representative Munson as to who distrusts government most. But I've never held office. I've served your country for 21 years on active duty, and then 5 years as an instructor for U.S. Customs and Border Protection. And I really do mean it when I say I'm very impressed with you all here today. I'm running for office to serve and represent you, not to do anything for myself. I'm very blessed here. And if our federal government was doing things right, I'd be content. I really would. Like Thomas Jefferson and so many of our founding fathers, I'd be content to live quietly at home with my family. But our federal government, our state government, local governments, they need to be reminded by you. You run the shots. You do not want to be ruled against, do you? We do not want a tyrannical central government or tyrannical state government telling us what to do with our bodies, our health care, our education, or any of it. I'm running for Congress because I want to serve and represent you, and I promise, if I'm privileged to represent Western Minnesota in the U.S. House of Representatives, I promise to always consider your freedoms and your liberties, because that's what matters most. I want to thank Alicia and the group for inviting me to be here today. I'm Major Dave Hughes, candidate for Congress. Thank you so much.
We're going to wrap up here, but I wanted to thank all of the representatives, the senators, the parents, and the candidate that came to speak. This issue is so important to them, and they understand how important it is to you. And I want you to keep that in mind as we continue to creep closer to the elections in November, because you have a vote, and that is part of your voice. So if the people running back home in your districts do not support a free Minnesota, do not elect them to office. Thank you,